Hey, it's Matt at ZipLeads. We're checking that the new live stream is actually working. So just give me a second here. If you're watching this on a replay, bear with us. You might want to fast forward about 30 seconds. I'll just double check whether this is actually streaming where we want it to. Let's see, do we see it happening in there? There we go. It's there. We're here. We're live in the ZipLeads group, probably on my page and also on the YouTube channel. So I don't know if we've got anyone actually joining in the Zoom call today, but you guys can actually join in on these now. I'm just going to check my sound because it doesn't sound like I'm right. Yeah, I'm not coming through as good as I could. So just give me a second here. Put our sound in.
But yes, if you're actually in the ZipLeads community now, you're using ZipLeads, you can join in on these live streams on Thursdays and you can ask your own questions and we'll have a look at that. But these are actually available to everyone now to see what we talk about inside the ZipLeads community. All right. Let's see if I can get a better mic connected here. That's good. That's good. We're good. Okay, cool. So the topic for today is the broadcasting of SMSs. So we're talking about bulk SMS. So there's a few things I want to talk about today, which is, why do we do bulk SMS? And just very, very briefly, kind of obvious, but also some principles to adhere to. And then we'll talk about some of the advanced factors of what you want to consider in terms of optimizing, I suppose, the effectiveness of the text message, but also bearing in mind the cost of the text messages, making sure you don't end up blowing through too much of your budget and really understanding how to keep a track of your SMS costs when you're doing these large broadcasts. Because while some of you just have a few hundred leads to broadcast to, some of you have a few thousand, and the difference between a message that's 3.5 cents versus one that's 35 cents is significant when it translates to the difference between $50 of messaging and $500 of messaging, right? So it can make a big difference. All right, so and I'll actually dive into an example account today as well, but of what we're doing here. All right, so what are we talking about here? These are the types of messages where we're sending out a text message to someone, and usually what we recommend saying is something along the lines of, hey, Sarah, it's Matt at ABC Fitness. We're running a special restart offer this month. Would you like some more information on how it works? Okay, so that's the format that we use typically, right? And if you're in ZipLeads, you'll have that sort of preloaded into your ZipLeads account anyway. But the key is that we're not sending any links in the text message, and yet we are personalizing the message, to the person. And we're also making it a bit of a, you can't go and sign up for this thing. It's like, do you want more information or not? We're basically requesting a re-opt-in. And this is really important because it really does prevent people complaining against your number, that you're spamming them or anything like that, because it's as polite as you can be. Doesn't matter even if this person went onto your list like 2 years ago. You're just reaching out, you're saying who you are, you're saying what your business is, and you're saying, would you like some information? It's basically permission to send them the details of how it works, right? In line with that, the other thing that is important, you guys using ZipLeads, this is already done, but if you're not, the importance of using an Australian mobile number. So we've seen businesses where they do these text messages from automated services that have like a US number or some sort of international number, or a short code or something like that. And there's a lot of data showing that that's just very ineffective compared to it coming from a local number. So if you're outside of Australia in a country like the US, then you actually have local mobile numbers. You want to make sure you're using a local prefix on your mobile. If you're in Australia, it doesn't matter because all our numbers start with 04. I'm not sure about New Zealand, but New Zealand's a whole different topic because you guys have got all sorts of restrictions about bulk SMS, which you guys know already in terms of the SMS system that is resolving at the moment. So I'm not going to cover New Zealand on this call. But suffice to say, if you're in Australia, using an Australian mobile does increase the effectiveness of the messages. So the idea as well about this message that's saying, like, would you like some more information, is that it's starting a conversation, and conversations ultimately lead to sales. We just want more conversations. So someone might say yes, or they might say, what is it exactly, or how does it work? They might even say how much it is. Doesn't matter. They're starting a conversation. Now you can talk to them. So I won't go through the whole process from there because I want to get into some of the more technical points on this very short video for you. But I'll just share my screen here just to show you guys where you can dive into the whole process. So hang on a minute. Don't know if I shared the right screen there. Let me try that again. Yeah. So within your education area, so if you're in ZipLeads and you click on education on the left, pop your email in and it will take you through to your courses area. Just go into the database re-engagement course here, and that goes through this whole thing of how to customize your message, like I just said. And then what I want to talk about next, which is testing your message and also sending your first batch, replying, making bookings, right? But I want to talk about testing the message, okay? So really important, and this has come up for a few people recently, that's why we're doing this live stream actually, is that when you send the message, it's very easy to go in and just see how much it costs, right? So I just want to show you that really quickly today. Again, it's in the course there, but I want to show it to you. So basically, when you're in your account, you can go and send the test message to someone. So let's say, for example, here, let's send a message to Mason here, and your message might have been, "Hi Mason, it's Matt at ABC Fitness." Who remembers the yellow pages? That's why all the businesses used to be called ABC Plumbing, ABC Fitness, ABC Dentist, all this thing, because it was like being number one on Google in the yellow pages. If you just made your business start with A or AAA, AAA was another one. You could literally just be number one on Google effectively by calling your business AAA whatever. Those were simpler days of business. And ABC Fitness, we're running, a special restart offer. Would you like some more info on how it works? So you could send that message, right, and test it out. And then you could also go, okay, I don't seem to have a number connected to this. You could, and this leads on to my next topic, add in some emojis or whatever, right? You could add a ton of emojis to it and test how much that is. Because what you can do is you can send these messages, then you can head over into your settings, go into your billing on the left, and go into see transactions down here. And then you can, well, in your account, you'll see your text messages there, and then you'll see the actual amount that it's being billed at, right? These are just a couple of emails. You'll literally see how much it costs there per message. Now, this is really important because if you send it without emojis, for example, you've got a packet length of 160 characters, which means every 160 characters is one text message. So it's about 3.5 cents US, about 5 cents Australian. If you add special characters, such as an emoji, or sometimes we've seen if someone writes their message in Word or some other document and pastes it in, sometimes the apostrophes or the dashes or something like that come across as special characters. That's something to be careful of. We do recommend writing the message in ZipLeads, but certainly adding emojis, what it does is it changes the format of the message basically to a special character message. And it reduces the packet length for pricing purposes to 70 characters. So now your message, might be identical, but now, 160 characters with an emoji, well, 70, 140, still not enough. Getting into 210, now you can fit 160 if that message was 160. It's 3 packets. So this is why emojis can vary the costing of it. And the other thing that we've noticed is that we don't have an exact table for you for this, but different emojis seem to sometimes take up different character counts. Like a smiley face might seem to count as 10 characters or 1 character, and some other, like a fire emoji, might count as 15. So I wish I had more specific advice for you on how that works, but I don't. That's why we say to test it, because one-off messages doesn't matter so much. But when you're going to send 1,000 text messages, that's where you really want to know. So you want to go into your settings, billing, see transactions, and have a look at your test message. Now, fortunately, in the last few months, actually about 6 months ago, we were able to, our partner developers upgraded the billing area. So it really does show you real-time data. You might have to wait like 10, 15 minutes, but it used to be you'd have to wait like a day for that data to show up, to be sort of brought through from our Twilio provider into the platform. So now you can send a message and within 10, 15 minutes, you should be able to check the pricing of it. And so you can do that. You can test it with emojis, without emojis, whatever you want to do. And just so you can have control over that. All right, so really important step. Do send a test message, see how it works, and do check your pricing so you don't get any nasty surprises in your billing area, right? Because it might just trigger top up after top up after top up. All right. So coming to the end of what I wanted to cover with you guys about outbound, which is frequency of the message. Okay, so it's obviously when you get a new ZipLeads account, if you haven't sent an SMS burst, as we call it, out into your list, you can do that pretty quick straight away, right? But other than that, you want to be quite strategic about text messages because they are so effective. If you send them too frequently, you can burn your list where people will unsubscribe or complain about the number, and then your messages stop. You know, it can actually, if it gets complained about, it can reduce the overall deliverability of all of your text messages, including to other people, right? So you want to be respectful of this tool because it's quite powerful. So we recommend sending an SMS reactivation just 4 times a year. So basically quarterly, but you want to be, you know, if you best, you could push it to 6 times a year, but you want to be strategic about which months you do it. So for example, you can do it in February off the back of January, for example, like you've got a lot of things happening in January, or maybe you don't. So January or February, but let's say you did in February, then you could wait till March, April, May, right? So, or maybe you do it in April. So you might go April, and then you might go May, June, July, not do those months, and then go August. And that's your, I'm not counting real well, that's my third one is August. And then September, October, November, or maybe you do August, September, October. So you do it in October because November is getting a little bit too close to Christmas maybe. So maybe do September, October. So there's no, it's different for everybody, different in your exact demographic, your business, right? There's no hard and fast rule with it. But the point is that not to just hit people every month, because also, again, it's your number. It comes up as a conversation thread. Like it, you know what it's like, everyone's busy. You're busy. If you get a text message from a business and it's only like 1 month and you get another message, it seems like they sent you a text message like last week. So 2 months is as close together as I would push it, and really 4 to 6 messages over the year in terms of the frequency to get the best value out of your list. And again, to at least make sure you do it 3 times a year and not just send out a text message when you start with ZipLeads and then forget about it. Because just because someone didn't reply on your initial outreach doesn't mean they're not interested. It's just the timing wasn't great, right? So whether what they've got going on right then or the time of year, whatever it is, so reaching back out can certainly be still very, very helpful, right? And we see that being quite effective still. So that's really all I wanted to share today. And again, for you guys in ZipLeads, you can head over into your courses area. So just share my screen one more time. Here we go. So just head over into education on the left, and then bring up your courses area. And in your library there, you'll see database for engagement, and then you can just go through it there. Now, how to upload your list or re-upload your list, as the case might be, how to customize your message, how to send that test message, sending your first batch, and then exactly the step-by-step in like replying and making phone bookings, which is obviously part of the process. Just want to get these people booked in. So that is what I wanted to go through today. I'm just checking to see if we've got people watching the live stream. We don't have anyone who actually joined the call today. So I'm just saying nope, that was our previous stream. That wasn't through Streamlabs, but certainly looks like it works. So I didn't get anyone actually jump on the Zoom call today. So let me know in the comments if you tried to do that, but you couldn't jump on, or if you didn't get the link or the invitation for it. And we'll look at how we send the invitation for the next one. But otherwise, we'll be back next week. These are just 10, 15-minute live streams for the ZipLeads community. Got any questions at all, or you want anything specific covered in this video, let me know, and we'll see if we can fit it in next week. Otherwise, I'll just see you next week, 1 p.m. on Thursday, Sydney time.